Welcome to the Focolare Word of Life podcast. My name is Nick Cianferrani and I'll be your host. The Word of Life is a phrase chosen from Scripture each month and shared around the world and that we're all invited to live by. The Word of Life for this month of June is taken from Psalm 16. You are my Lord, I have no good apart from you. In the following experience, Zaith volunteers his time, giving children tips on how to improve their soccer game. Having allowed God to be his only good, he gladly shares his gift with others. Welcome, Zaith. I know you're training to become a professional soccer player. Tell us something about yourself.
My name is Heath Silva. I'm 18 years old. I live in Toronto, Canada. I will be studying at York University. Yeah, that's pretty much a bit about me. One of the experiences, one of them that I think impacted me the most was I was walking home from practice, and to get home, I have to cross this field that's by a school. And while I was passing through, there were a bunch of kids with their parents just playing around, and they were playing on the soccer field. So I thought maybe approach them and ask if by any chance they would want me to, I don't know, train them or watch over them for like an hour a day or something like that. So yeah, I did that. I approached them. I told them who I was and what I did, and they really liked the idea. So they actually got a big group of parents to get their kids involved, and now it's become kind of part of my daily routine, just going to the park for an hour every day with the kids and teaching them, giving them a little tips on like soccer tips or just in general. It's like physical activity. So yeah, that was probably like the experience that impacted me the most and which I enjoyed a lot, and I still enjoy because I'm still doing it.
Thank you, Zaith, for sharing your experience with us. I'm sure that your love and dedication has impacted many children. I wish you success in your soccer career. Welcome, Jeanette, to our podcast. We're so happy to have you here with us. Perhaps you could share with us a little bit about yourself, and I know you have a few experiences that you'd like to share as well.
I'm Jeanette. I live in San Antonio. I'm married for 51 years, and we've had 4 boys. I tried to live by you, Lord, are my only good. And so there's some things that, that help me. Like I love to go window shopping, and I think everybody does. And so when I do, I see things that, I really want to take home with me. And but I've learned to say, you, Lord, are my only good. And so like the other day I was in the grocery store and went by the flower section, and there was a pot of succulents that was so cool. And I love succulents. And so I picked it up, intending to buy it. And a little voice said, you, Lord, are my only good. And I thought, now, would this make us happy at home? No. So I put it back, and I was really happy that I could conquer my own desires. And, a week ago, my husband and I celebrated our 51st anniversary. And my husband wanted to do something different for our anniversary. So he thought of a drive in the hill country near our home to see the views and everything. And so after we stopped, our first stop, I said, I'll drive from here. I can do that. So I wanted him to be able to see the vistas that he had so lovingly picked for me. So as I was driving around and up and down the hills, I could see there were beautiful vistas, and I wanted to see them too, but you can't when you're driving. But I was really happy because I wanted to drive so that Mike could see the vistas. And so I said to myself, it's not the vistas and everything that I want. It's you, Lord, my only good. And that was a way to make my husband happy. recent experiences, I have two sisters who live about 5 hours away from our city. And so I don't get to see them very often. And recently I found that they had come into our town, and one had come to, and their husbands came too, and one had come to babysit their grandchildren. And another came to visit their son and went to visit our brother. And they never called me anything. I didn't even know they were in town. And I was hurt. I was really hurt. And you, Lord, are my only good. Not the fact that I wanted to be included. And so I said, I'm going to call my sisters just to love them. And I didn't even mention that I knew they had been in town. And I felt a lot of peace because I could overcome that and love them. And so I keep calling them and seeing how they're doing. If we can make God our only good in the little things, He'll help us in the big things. I know when one of our sons died of cancer, it was amazing experience because he was faithful to us in the big things, giving us the grace to endure and to love and to be happy for our son to go to heaven.
Thank you, Jeanette, for sharing those profound experiences with all of us. In the experience that James is about to share with us, we see how choosing to show mercy and patience towards a customer is a way of making the Lord the focus in his life. Hi, James. Thanks for joining us all the way from Chicago. Can you share your experience from your workplace with us?
On Tuesday, I got pulled from the back. I'm just at the door doing the door stuff. And basically there's this a lot older woman, and I love old people. Usually they're also very kind, and I see my grandma in them. So I don't even have to tell myself to love them. It's, just instantly I just want to help and love them and, try to help them any way I can, even though, I'm just working the door. But so basically she she asked me a question. It was a weird question. I can't go into that, and then I was just like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But if you need any help with anything else, if I can push your cart of groceries to your car for you, I will. And then, I don't know why, but she got really angry about that. And basically, she's called me, a dummy, an idiot multiple times. And I was a little taken back from that because I was just like, I was just trying to help you. I didn't come at you with a rude tone or anything like that. And then somehow I'm getting attacked. I just took the insults, try to still help as much as I can, even though she was, saying those things. I see that as, they're internally, they're suffering a lot as well. And that's what truly helps me to love more, is that you have to realize that everyone is going through their own battles, and there's no point of adding weight to that cross. So I try my best to get a smile, make them laugh, even though, for me, I'm going through my own stuff too. So a lot of the time I don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, it truly makes me feel better that even if it was just for a moment, if I could get a laugh or a smile out of them, it truly makes me feel good.
Thank you, James. I really like your experience, and I can relate to that. We all have many opportunities to be patient with others, and who knows what others are going through and what they're living. So, yes, thank you for reawakening that awareness in us. Hi, Marta. Welcome to our podcast, and I know you have the great pleasure of being a mother and grandmother. Can you share your experience with us?
Yeah, sure, no problem. A while back, a friend helped me start a business. We each put up half of the investment, so it was agreed we will work together and the profits will to be shared 50-50. One day our accountant told me how much our profits were, and I realized that I had only received a quarter of what was due me. I spoke with my partner and reminded him that this was not the original agreement. I was surprised when he got upset and said that it wasn't true. He also told his family about it. Her eldest daughter and some of the others from the family stopped talking to me for a while. Recently, I was visiting Colombia and I met everyone except the oldest daughter, who only gave me a short call at the end of my visit when I was about to travel back home. 2 weeks ago, she and her family moved to the USA. I decided that I had to be the first to love, and so I called her to say hello, welcome her, and tell her that if she needed anything, she could count on me. I told her where she could get furniture, which stores were convenient for her, and many other little tips to help her settle into a new country. She was very happy and grateful.
Thank you, Martha, for sharing that lovely experience. Also, I wish you well in your future work endeavors.
Thank you.
Welcome to our podcast, Lee. I know that you live in the Focolare community in Pittsburgh. We're happy to have you here with us. Your experience took place during the peak of the pandemic, and we're anxious to hear it.
A significant experience I had was the parishioners Anjuna came to visit us while in Pittsburgh for her annual doctor's visit. She was rushed to the hospital and underwent a major surgery with lots of complications. In short, she was hospitalized for a month. She is not married and has no relatives here in Pittsburgh, so she was all by herself. I told our pastor about Anjuna, and he agreed that I bring her communion that Sunday. I also did some errands like picking up her medicines from the pharmacy or bringing her some bottled water, etc. As weeks went by, each Sunday, some of her friends from the parish would come and visit her. This couple couldn't attend Mass in person, so the following week they asked if they could also come and receive the Eucharist. And then another friend of hers came with her daughter, and with another friend, they also asked if they could receive the Eucharist. So the group became bigger each Sunday, around 6 or 7 people more or less. From this weekly encounter with all of these new friends, I could say that they were able to experience the presence of Jesus in our midst. Anjuna was so happy to know that there were lots of people who were praying for her recovery. After 3 months, she finally was able to recover. The night of her departure, one of her friends prepared a good dinner for her. She gave me a gift with a card, thanking me for bringing her communion, my prayers, concerns, and spiritual support. She told me, the Eucharist healed me physically and spiritually. Soon she will be back to Pittsburgh for her doctor's visit. Her return will be a beautiful reunion for all of us.
Thank you, Lee, and thanks to all of you who tuned in today. The experiences in this podcast were based on June's word of life taken from Psalm 16, verse 2. You are my Lord, I have no good apart from you. To listen to the commentary on the word of life of this month, just go to the previous episode of this podcast. I invite you to join me each month for new episodes. Bye for now, and God bless. The Word of Life is translated into approximately 90 different languages and dialects, reaching millions worldwide through print, radio, TV, and other media. There are special versions for children and teens as well, which you can find at livingcitymagazine.com.